elephant.
Hey, what is up guys? Welcome to a new video. So, today I will talk about one of my latest acquirements. I am going to talk about Castle Freak from 1995. So, being this, basically horror movie, you will be interested to know that this is made by Stuart Gordon, which did Reanimator, From Beyond, and Body Snatchers. So, quite a legendary horror producer, director, whatever. So, Castle Freak. I watched this a few days ago, and needless to say, I am really happy that I got this. This is nowadays not really a horror anymore. Is it back in the day? Could have been a horror. Perhaps. It is one of those really odd and weird horror movies. Before I go any further, spoiler alert, because I'm going to spoil some shit. So, Castle Freak is a gothic horror. Well, gothic horror. It says on the back of it it's a gothic horror, however. To be honest, it's not really that big of a horror movie. It's more of a dark thriller. However, it does have body horror, gore elements into it, because this is quite graphic at some points during this whole ordeal. So, as I said, this has some pretty nasty horror into it, because at some points during the movie you're actually like squeamish. Again, spoiler alert, when the lady in the prostitute gets her, I believe her tits bitten off, which is quite graphic and they show quite a lot. However, I totally forgot to tell about the plot. So, this is a house or a castle where some shit has happened back in the day. And this house, castle-ish, I call it a mansion rather than a castle, however, fuck it, is haunted-ish. Because in the dungeon there is a freaky, fucking nasty looking, horny monster. Because during this whole ordeal, that freak, the castle freak, is quite horny and he wants to do stuff. So, quite a interesting movie. So, before I go any further, here is the trailer.
Stuart Gordon, the director of Fortress, The Pit and the Pendulum, and Reanimator, takes you into the dungeons of Castle d'Orsino. Now an American family
Welcome to Castle Riley, lady.
will inherit a legacy of evil.
They say the castle is haunted.
And a master of modern horror will unleash his most terrifying creation. Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak.
There's somebody else here! There's somebody in the castle!
We want you to search the castle. Sergio Dorsino. He was never buried. She kept him alive. He's here, somewhere in the castle. There is a madman in there, but my family is in danger.
Reanimators Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton. In Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak.
Alright. Hope you kind of liked the trailer, because I quite liked the movie. This was an interesting watch. It has, like I said, quite some graphic moments in there, like the tip being eaten off, some other parts being eaten, not in a good way, and you'll see a lot of things flopping around. Yeah, so I really like this movie a lot. There are a lot of interesting parts in there. There are some boring parts in there as well, I must admit. So I am going to talk about my version because, yeah, this is really cool. So this is the front cover. This is the side. This is a 101 movies or films release, like that. And the back side just has some information. So comes with the alternate artwork, which in my opinion the other one is quite awesome too. So let's say it's a 50-50 depending the artwork. However, being 101 films, you can exchange the artwork for the original artwork. However, you have the artwork on the slipcase, so being the nerd that I am keeping this cover on the inside. And it comes with a booklet, which is intriguing, interesting, and it takes more and more depth behind the whole ordeal. However, there's not much depth needed in this movie because it's just a nasty thriller, slasher, whatever you're gonna call it. I will call this a slasher. Let's call this a slasher horror, with tense a little bit to go to the nasty side of the horror genre. So I like this one. I really like this one, and it will be in my collection for a long time until I maybe find a better 4K version or whatever. So would I recommend this? Absolutely. Should you watch it? Yeah. Only if you can handle some graphic sexual violence. So hope you liked this review of Castle Freak from 1995. Go and check it out. My version is the 101 Films version. Go check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.
Subscribe and click, we'll see you then. But then we'll call you back again. Grab your popcorn, bring a friend. Till next time, folks, this is the end.